Rockstar Games' ambition for Red Dead Redemption was to create a world that feels as vast as the West itself. A world that literally stretches on for miles, across valleys, deserts, mountains, and rivers, and over borders. This world would illustrate the struggle for survival that was a part of everyday life on the frontier, as the American West underwent a violent transition from the ways of old to modern times. And Mexico entered a prolonged period of bloody civil war. To help create a living, breathing world, hundreds of characters were created with unique personalities, dialects, and professions. In West Elizabeth, the region to the north, the fast-growing modern town of Blackwater teems with life. A thriving port, it is at the heart of the Industrial Revolution. Head even further north, and you'll encounter lush, mountainous regions with forests, snow, and big game, including bears. To the west, in New Austin, there are dusty plains and plateaus. This was one of the last frontier regions at this time, and it is a dangerous place full of struggling ranchers fighting to survive, alongside rustlers, bandits, outlaws, and con men preying on people's stupidity.
Round up your men, let's get the herd.
Marston can herd cattle, use the lasso to capture and break wild horses, gamble, drink,
Fill me up, partner.
protect ranches at night from rustlers, and hunt. Hunting was a vital means of survival in the West. Animals will prey on one another, or sometimes you or your horse. After a successful kill, animals can be skinned and traded for goods.
Ain't no survivors here, Marshal.
After a bloody shootout, buzzards will appear looking for carry-on. Taking one out unlocks sharpshooter challenges. Completion of such challenges unlocks new items for the player.
Hey, gringo. ¿Hablas español?
South of the border in Mexico lies the region of Nuevo Paraiso, where the large disparity of income between rich and poor has led the people to the brink of revolution. To cover this vast terrain, Marston can travel by horse, or for faster travel, stagecoach or train. The behavior and physics of the horses was a key focus of the game. Players can summon their horse at any time. Upgrading to different breeds will increase speed and stamina. Newspapers keep the player informed of things happening across the world. And at the end of each day, Marston can pitch camp or join another campfire and hear news and rumors from throughout the region.
Fella's gun locked up on him. Grizzly pinned him to the ground with one paw.
This was a world still lit mostly by fire. A world of violence, survival, war. Of the modern world and government encroaching bit by bit. This is what life in the West was like. This is Red Dead Redemption.
What does a man do when he comes home to find his woman possessed? Breathing poison? No, it's not the fury of a woman scorned. It's something much more sinister. John Marston ties up his beloved and heads out looking for a cure. Undead Nightmare is a new single-player story, and players will recognize some familiar faces for sure.
First hell walks the earth, then you turn up. Could my week get any worse?
There are many kinds of undead horrors in a land ravaged by an apocalyptic plague.
This land is doomed. That's why we love it.
Beware the bolter. They scurry and leap at their prey. Resist the wretches. Their acidic vomit will eat you alive. And the bruisers will barrel through any defenses in their search of brains and blood. Can you survive?
Cattle rustling and bank robbery are at an all-time low, but Murder, blood drinking, and psychotic episodes seem to be somewhat prevalent.
Towns have been overtaken. Clean them out, or help survivors hold their ground against the zombie hordes.
Excuse me if my efforts in salvation are interrupting your busy social calendar, John.
Search for missing persons
Just find the girl. Missing presumed dead, I guess.
and bring them back to safe zones. Their family will be ever so delighted. Cover is less important than keeping moving and gaining a good vantage point to take out the demonic hordes. But ammo is scarce, so use it wisely. Players can collect the 4 horses of the apocalypse. War leaves a trail of burning hellfire. Famine and pestilence are eternal and will never tire. The Death Horse is lurking as well, causing cranial combustion as you ride through hell. Mythical beasts roam darkened forest and glen. You might spot a Sasquatch now and then. But as we all know with the undead, they keep coming unless you shoot them in the head. But don't just fear 2-legged demons. The plague has spread to bears, bats, cougars, and even your trusty mare. Survive if you can. Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare.
Product not yet rated.
My name's John Marston.
What are you doing here, Mr. Marston?
I'm here to capture or kill Bill Williamson.
Okay.
I rode in a gang. We robbed trains, banks, held people ransom. We killed people we didn't like. Bill Williamson was in that gang.
Dutch always said you were an arrogant son of a... Men, it is time to start tearing this place apart and find out where he's cowering!
If I don't capture my former brother in arms, great harm will befall my family.
I thought you were supposed to protect us, Marshal.
Not up, men!
I know a cure for all ailments, Mr. Marston.
People don't forget. Nothing is forgiven.
You here to fight the war? I love patriots! We are alone!
Thank God you have come. They want to kill us all.
I don't like women, partner.
Hello, old friend. Been a long time.